Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL, the Washington football team at the New York Giants. Now through October 19th, we've got a promo code UPSET if you want to save 15% off anything on picksandparlays.net. The Giants favorites at home in this one, -3. The total is 43. Washington comes in 1-4 straight up and 1-3-1 against the number. The Giants have yet to win a game, but they are 3-2 against the spread. We've got Lee from ASA joining us to talk this one. Lee, what jumps off the page when you look at these two teams?
Well, I'm going to go over in this game, and I know it's going to be a tough argument considering these are two of the worst offenses in the NFL. They're in the bottom three in total yards per game offensively. They're in the bottom half of the league in yards per point, yards per play. So based on their offenses, people might think I'm crazy betting over here, but Washington has faced four defenses that rank in the top 13 of the NFL in total yards per game allowed. The Giants have faced two. So their offenses, I feel, are not as bad as their numbers indicate right now. To be honest, what I'm betting in this game is the number of 43. This year in the NFL, games have averaged 51.5 points per game compared to last year at this time of 44.5. So it's up a full touchdown. Teams are scoring more. I've tried to pinpoint why, but I haven't really come up with an exact number or statistic as to why scoring is up. But in comparison, we went back to 1997 when we started ASA. That season, Vegas did not post a total of 50 or higher on an NFL game. This year, there have been 31 games, 34% of 50 or higher. In that same season, the Packers averaged 25 points per game. That was first in the NFL in scoring. This year, they would be 17th in scoring. So again, the key is the number 43. This season, out of 77 games, only 16 have ended with 42 or less points. They're both top 13 in pace of play, so we will get more reps or more plays per game in this contest. So we do expect a higher scoring game based on the number. Our math model says 47. We're going to stick with that and bet over 43 in this one.
Right. Sometimes I wonder if the officiating has anything to do with some of the higher totals, because if you even touch a quarterback now, it seems like it's a penalty. We see more pass interference calls, and it just seems like the officiating is driving it towards being a more offensive league, which it could just be me watching games, because I don't have any stats to back it up. But I do wonder that. But let's talk about the sides for a little bit. Even if you're not taking them, just some information for the viewers out there. Ron Rivera is definitely a defensive-minded coach, and he's got one of the best defensive weapons in football. One of the best young weapons, I guess I should say. Chase Young rushing the passer. And you've got Daniel Jones on the other end, who is very, very turnover prone. Get this, in 18 career games, he has 22 fumbles. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a really bad match here for Daniel Jones, if he's going to cough up the ball, because the Giants have scored points. We saw it against the Cowboys. They even had a nice little trick play where the touchdown was called back for a penalty. But there's definitely some glimmers of hope when it comes to this Giants team, at least for their offense. And on the other end for Washington, their offensive line is so bad. They're giving up 4 sacks a game. So I think I would lean to the Giants, but I'm not taking it as an official play just because this is not a game I'm going to be betting on. But any other thoughts when it comes to playing a side, just information you think people might want to know?
I'm in the same boat as you. If I had to take a side, I'd probably lean towards the Giants, only because their defense, I believe, is 8th in the NFL in yards per game allowed. Washington is 15th, so a little bit worse. I don't like the fact that Daniel Jones, like you mentioned, he's got 2 touchdowns this year and 5 interceptions. But again, based on it being potentially 2 even offenses, the Giants have the slight edge defensively. I'd probably lean towards a desperate New York team at 0-5.
As you can tell, we're really fired up to talk about the sides of this game. And granted, it's a 1-4 team against an 0-5 squad, so forgive us a little bit. Yeah, that's going to do it for our NFL talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great information from Lee, as always. Lee, thanks for joining us.